Well, what's up, Homestead Homies? It's Oscar with Doug and Stacy, and today we're going to just do a basic kind of making kombucha for dummies. Very simple and easy. I'm getting ready to bottle some and make a new batch, and so I wanted you guys to come and join me. The first thing you need to do is to brew your tea. So all I'm going to do, and you need black tea to make kombucha, so I'm going to do a gallon. So that usually takes about 8 tea bags full. So you can do, I'm doing 4 black and 4 green on this one. The black tea makes the best kombucha. It'll make your SCOBY, which is your symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. It's the culture that I'm going to be putting into it in just a little bit. And it will make it a strong one. So you're going to put your tea bags in there. Then you're going to need some white cane sugar. Make sure that it is cane sugar. You don't want to get just regular sugar, that it's beet sugar, because beet sugar is GMO'd. So the majority of beet sugars are GMO'd. So when you're getting your sugar, you want to get cane sugar. So make sure to look for that. And there's a big debate on the types of sugars and all that to use. The white sugar is the easiest for the kombucha to kind of like process and to digest and to eat up, basically. So when you are using your sugar, white sugar will be the best. The other sugars, you can use, but it'll take a little bit more for the kombucha to process. You're going to need 1 cup of your sugar per gallon. And then I boiled my water, and I'm just going to pour it in there. Oh, dinner's almost ready too. All right, I'm going to put that in there. And I never usually fill mine up. I'll just maybe go halfway full. And then what I'll do is I'll just let this cool a little bit. I'm going to let it steep about 15 minutes. It's been 15 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and take out my tea bags. And I'm just going to squeeze all the stuff out of them. And then while it is sitting here cooling, because you want to cool it to room temperature. So I'm going to add a little water into this, and then I'm going to let it cool to room temperature, and then it'll be ready to add my culture to it. Now it's time, with one of my existing batches, I'm going to go ahead and flavor it. Now you can notice there's a difference in the color between these two. This one was made with, the black tea and the green tea. I did this one strictly with green tea. Once you have a strong SCOBY, then you can start doing it with the green tea. But you need the black tea to kind of make it a stronger kombucha. So this little guy here is what we call a SCOBY. Can you see it? Symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. So it's the bacteria and yeast, and it's going to be feeding on the sugar in there. Because without the sugar, it's not going to do all the good stuff that you want. A lot of people do ask about the sugar. Oh my gosh, I can't have any sugar. It's going to, feed on that sugar, and probably by the end of its fermentation process, because we're going to do it about 7 to 10 days, in one that's not flavored, you might have anywhere from 2 to 6 grams of sugar in an 8-ounce glass. So that's really not that much sugar. So, if you don't want any sugar, don't flavor it. I'm going to be flavoring some now. Some of them I do plain, some of them I don't. So it just kind of depends. So you guys decide where you need to be. Always pour a little bit of juice that you're going to use for the next batch. So what I want to show you is, right now, we can go ahead and bottle it in my bottles. I've collected bottles. People give me bottles, and I use these bottles and reuse them. So here is the plain one, and all you're going to do is put your lid on it like so. And then you're going to let it set out for a day or 2, and then put it in the refrigerator, and then you'll have a luscious, effervescent, tangy type probiotic drink, which we call kombucha. So that's this one. That's with no flavor. Option 2 is flavoring it. One of my favorite ways to flavor it is with maple syrup. I love maple syrup in my ferments. So all you need to do is when I do it, I just put like a little swig in there or so of it. And then you can just pour that over it. And it kind of gives it a nice little taste. And then I'm going to put the lid on it. And here's my other option. And this is easy. You can go ahead and get some juice at the store. This is the pure fruit. There's no sugar added. It's just 100% fruit juice. And so this one's like the tart cherry, but you can get cranberry, the grape juice, any of those that will work. And then all I'm going to do is the same thing. I put a little swig in there, like so. And then pour my kombucha over it. And then I put my lid on it, just like that. And then I'm going to put these out for, you know, a day or two, let them sit out at room temperature. I did the maple syrup one and this one. And then I'm going to go ahead and refrigerate it for a few days and it'll be ready to go. And the one thing, a lot of people like that fizz. So a lot of times when you do the second ferment, it ends up being a little bit more fizzy. So if you do like that fizz, then the second ferments are pretty good. And if you don't like the fizz, then just stick strictly to the first one. I'm going to go ahead and start another batch going because I like to have it going continually. And I'm going to fill up my tea mixture that I have and fill it with some water. Make sure, it is so important, you do not use chlorinated water. Fluoridated water, chlorinated water, do not use it. You want the most pure waters you can. Reverse osmosis, you want some pure water in there. Okay? So I'm just going to fill this up. So now it's time. My tea has cooled to room temperature. I'm going to put my SCOBY in with about a cup of liquid or so. Wipe off the top, and then I'm going to put a cotton cloth. I use like old sheets, old t-shirts, just a nice breathable cotton cloth. Put a rubber band around it, just like this. And then I'm going to put this away in a dark place and just let it ferment about 7 to 10 days. Generally, like in the cooler, you know, climates or when it's colder out, I usually sometimes I go 14 days. So it just depends. In the humidity and the summer here in Missouri, sometimes I can get kombucha in, you know, 6 days, 6, 7 days. But the longer you let it ferment, the more vinegar it will taste like, and it'll start eating more of the sugar away from it. So it just depends on what you prefer. Every time that you are making kombucha, you're gonna grow a SCOBY. It just keeps getting thicker and thicker and thicker. So I know a lot of people will have their SCOBYs and they're really super thick, like a big fat pancake. You know, and you can just keep doing that. And I know a lot of times when I start doing it and they get too thick, I don't like the flavor as much, but it just depends on what you like. And then when they gets big, then you can pull them apart. And then I store a lot of mine and I'll put it, you know, in a jar. You can put them in a big jar, little jar, however much you have. A lot of people have like these SCOBY hotels. And you put some of the liquid in there, and I just put it in the pantry. So just in case of an emergency, if I want to make more, then I can use that. But generally when I'm making my kombucha, I just keep reusing the one that I have. And how about these new t-shirts? Let food be your medicine. I love it, I love it. So if you guys are interested, all the links will be below. You guys are just rocking it on the t-shirts. So now you have 3 of them to pick from. So sometimes it's hard, but maybe you need to get one of each. We are going to be doing lots of traveling these next few months. We have our, I guess, schedule of what's going on. Doug will have all the links below too on that one. We will be at Baker Creek Seed. They're having their spring planning festival this coming weekend, May 6th and 7th. It's Sunday and Monday, so we would love to see a lot of you guys there. And we'll also be in Layman's in Kidron, Ohio in June 29th and 30th, I think. So we'd love to see you there too. But you guys, try the kombucha if you've never tried it before. It's very simple and easy. And stay tuned. I have a really cool video that I want to be doing that might help some of you that are having trouble finding a SCOBY. So check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and I will see you later. Bye. Hey guys, thanks for watching our video. You might want to check out these videos.
And if you want to become a Homestead homie, click the picture of us below.
We will see you tomorrow.